Now, temperatures thankfully aren't going to drop too much tonight. For most of us, we will remain above freezing. So temperatures over the next couple of hours eventually dropping to a low around 34, 35 or 36 degrees. And we'll likely be waking up tomorrow closer to 40 than 30 degrees. However, for those in the far north woods, that could be a little bit of a different story, maybe dropping briefly down below freezing. And that could create not only some potential snowfall development, but also some maybe icy conditions into early tomorrow morning. So you might be thinking, how do I combat the weather? Well, for most of us, all you're going to need is that umbrella. Good idea to have it with you for the rest of tonight and for tomorrow morning, as that's our highest chance of rain for most of us. As we mentioned, though, the closer you get to the northern Wisconsin border, the higher chance you have for a little bit of snow to develop. And that means a couple of us, especially those north of Rhinelander, could potentially need the push broom tomorrow morning to get rid of that light snow and slush, or even the snowfall if you live right there on the northern border. Let's take a look here at the satellite radar picture. You can see some light showers developing here. Now, most of this, if not all of it, is rainfall at this time. You will notice some mixing with snow the further north you travel. However, this radar beam is in the high elevations of the atmosphere and is likely going to be melting into rainfall for those in the north woods. Highest chance of snow right now, though, could potentially be in Ashland and Iron County. And as we zoom out, you can see there is much more of this system that's eventually going to be moving in by tomorrow morning. Our future track forecast showing that most of the rain not catching up with us until around 8 o'clock or so. The highest chance of mixing here in the north and northeastern corner of the state. As we track into around midnight tonight, you can see that mixing layer here right north of Rhinelander, and it's going to stay that way. As we mentioned, the coolest part of the night right here around 3 o'clock in the morning, where we could have some snow developing here near the northern part of the area. Some sleet as far south as Wausau. The rest of the area likely just seeing rain, and that rain could continue for the morning or perhaps even into the mid-afternoon for parts of the area. So tonight you drop down to 36 degrees. Most of us, that is above freezing, so not too bad. East-southeast winds of 10 to 15 miles per hour. Forecast tomorrow still average for this time of year, 43 degrees. East winds of 5 to 15. Just make sure you pack that umbrella as you're heading out. 7-day forecast moving forward, 80% chance of rain on Wednesday, especially during the morning. 44 Thursday will invite those breezy to windy conditions back in, maybe seeing wind speeds up to 25 miles per hour. That could bring a few flurries here for Friday, maybe into early Saturday, but Saturday and Sunday do look to be drying out with some sunshine into next week, turning up the heat a little bit as we jump back into the 50s.